Alright. Got a Apple IIc. I accidentally hit a button, so as you would see, there it is, running Apple Pascal 1.1. I'm hoping to get the serial cable soon to allow it to allow it to write to a floppy disk rather than having to pull out, like, rather than just using what software I have available on floppy disks thus far. It does have an issue though. This line, I think, is causing a short somewhere. I suspect it's this capacitor here. This is a Y direction pin for the joystick. What's been happening is that the joystick registers left and right correctly, but when it comes up and down, you would be either 255, which is all the way up, I think, or 0. I think it was two values, 0 or 255, basically. Nothing in between. Maybe like a 2 or 3. But what it needs to do to detect a center is a 127. And I even have this back sideways. But basically, I went through, and while the resistances are a little high on the joystick, which means it might need to be cleaned down anyway, that's not the problem. What happened is I also tested it out. I tested it out while it was attached to the Apple IIc. I noticed that connecting to the two sides of the pot, essentially, it was picking up only 16 ohms, and there was a 220 ohm resistor in series to all that. So I figured there might be another short somewhere. Like I said, I looked at as much as I could anyway. There's two chips it's connected to. It's this chip and this chip. And there's a resistor here, but if the resistor was shorting, there wouldn't be it wouldn't be below 220 ohms. So that resistor is probably not the problem. If this shorts out though, this would short out to, I think that's supposed to stand for ground. It's been a while since I've read these things. Oops. Restarted. Oops. And if that's shorting, then it would definitely get a significantly lower resistance. I mean, that basically would be almost zero resistance essentially at that point. The only other possible options would be if one of these pins going into the two chips are shorting to ground as well. We'll think about that later. But right now, the simplest thing would be to find this capacitor and replace it. Once I have a replacement, I'll open it up and do the job. It's all on the back right-hand corner of the, you can't see it, but it would be essentially right here on the Apple IIc. I'll just have to figure out which one is which, because there are two capacitors, one's for X and one's for Y, and move it along from there. But I think this will be okay shape. I just kind of wish they would better in shipping it because I got cracks. Like, seriously, guys. I think there's a crack down here. And at least it's in fairly good condition. It does seem like it came from a smoker's home, but it doesn't seem like the smoke was very strong, so it's been dissipating over time. I don't notice the smoky smell anymore. And it's not my house smelling like smoke because there's no smokers in here, so yeah, I mean, gotta get some working something. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. Later.